I'm gonna have to like literally make this entire thing a blooper. I'm gonna keep it in because growth will be shown here, and that's the point. Oh Lordy. Well, I'm looking at a picture of my grandma. Maybe I should show this picture. She looks so cute. She looking at me like, girl. Okay. Anyways, so yeah, normally I don't do this, but I'll show what I do in part of the way that I read. Everything that I do is super connected to the ancestors, super connected to the ones that I've loved that have crossed over and are in this realm right now. And that's how I'm literally able to read. And I feel like sometimes it's cheating. Or not cheating. I don't know. Any intuitives, tell me below. Like, sometimes I feel like, because I feel like it's like this, because I have the connection, I can read people by literally just like tapping into my grandma and be like, hey, what's the tea? And then she'll find your loved one, someone who loves you and is in the vibration of love, and it's like, well, what's the tea on sis or homeboy? And that's really how it go. Like, you know, I can only speak about light work. I don't know really about much else, and this is just how it works for me. And even like, it's like when I'm in the vibration at my height, and that's why you really have to keep up with your rituals and up with your practices and up with meditating. Those who renew their mind. Okay, my Roscoe is coming in. That happens to me too. I get stuffed up when I'm about to read, and it's interesting. But anyways, those who renew their mind will mount up like eagles, and it's the truth. You know what I'm saying? So it's all about keeping your mind. I was gonna say, stayed on Jesus, child. My grandma coming through, but like. For real though, because your heart space is the true mind. So keeping your true mind pure and in the frequency and staying high vibrational, and that way you'll be in the frequency of love, and the frequency of love is the God frequency. And so you're connected to source, and source has all information, right? And so if I'm in that frequency and I have clairaudiency, which is clarity of sound, I can hear sound waves from light bodies. So when your loved ones who are in the light, a lot of times what will happen is I get pulled to say little things, or most of the time it's like encouragement. And a lot of what my gift has to do with is highlighting other people's gifts and kind of triggering their light body. And so a lot of the times it's like messages like, a lot of the time it's like people who are literally, I'll give a really quick example. I was literally at the Chipotle trial, like not even like, I was at the Chipotle trial, and I was about getting my little bowl, and the dude who was making my little salad bowl, he was doing it with so much pizzazz and finesse, and he was doing like salt-based shit and like with the cheese and shit, and I was like, whoa. I said, damn. I said, are you I'm just stopping by Chipotle in my mind. I'm like, are you a chef or something? Or like, he was like, yeah, I'm in school for it. And I was like, keep going. You got it. Because like, he over here, he's at Chipotle, bro. They don't have no special menu. Chipotle is not really what I would say creative Mexican cuisine, if you can even call it that. It's just some shit you get real quick. But he changed my mind now. because he gave it like the juice. Like, I was like, damn. And it was, you know, not for nothing. That salad hit in a different way. A Chipotle salad has never hit before. And so they just were like, it was like a feeling of just warmth and like, kind of like, I can't explain it, but kind of like spiritually, his loved ones were going like this. Yeah, keep like encouraging him and keep like, for lack of a better word, it's like I'm a spiritual cheerleader. Insert Gabrielle Union, bring it on, attire. I'm a Clover, okay, spiritually. That's kind of funny. That's really funny, actually. Ciao. But yeah. So I said all of that to say is because I know that I read in a way where I have to stay in connection with my, well, one, I just want to stay in connection with my ancestors and with all of my loved ones. What'll happen is anything that's like in my, I call my grandma's house my ancestral home, which it is. True, it is. Okay. Anything that's in my grandma's home is literally, I'm gonna just start calling her by her name. Her name is Honey. Hopefully I put out the episode where I talked about her name. That's the name I gave her. So yeah. So, everything at Honey's house is magical. Everything. And so sometimes I just take, my aunt lives there now, and so sometimes I just take stuff and I'm just like, can I have this? Can I have this? That I felt was my grandma's. And this was a book that I was like, can I have? And it's a little meditation book. Now on it says daily meditations for women, right? So I'm like, okay, cool. And I got I asked her this for like a year ago, right? So I'm like, okay, cool. And I took it. And when I tell you, this book changed my motherfucking life. Like, I was like, oh my gosh, like I learned how to meditate. Like, it made me very introspective about like things that happened in my past, and I'm like healing and everything. But I did notice while I'm reading it, it kept saying the program this and the program that. And I was just like, I don't know what program they talk about, but this motherfucker working, right? Child. Then they start saying recovery. And I said, I believe this a motherfucking addiction book. Like for people, drug addicts. But let me fuck you up. I was losing weight like a motherfucker. So it was working. Any kind of addict, it was working. And I realized, well, one, this was probably one of my, you know, I had some relatives who, you know, that was their life and they were on drugs, and they did at one time stay with my grandma. And so this is one of their books. But it also, at the time, I knew I was channeling someone whom I love, who is battling addiction secretly. And so I already had made that connection on my own when I would do my pre-shuffles, you know, of the day by myself, and I would shuffle for myself because I love the person energetically. They were pulling on me. So a lot of things that had to do with addiction, and I would hear and listen to a lot of songs and a lot of rappers who dealt with addiction, you know, even a lot of rappers who, you know, I hate to even say this, but it's like, and maybe I do need to say this because this will make it clear for people who don't understand, or who are confused and questioning if they have a gift or not. So this is kind of what happened to me. It's like, because my friend, someone who I really love, is secretly battling addiction. And I'm channeling, and because I love them, they love me, they're in the energy, so they're pulling on me, and this information is being revealed. So now it's just on my heart, right? And their loved ones are also pulling on me because they know I can hear, and they know I have the ability to help, right? And so what'll happen is all the music that I hear, I mean on shuffle, I mean the radio, because now the angels are involved, right? They're trying to get my attention even more. Yes, you're not tripping. Yes, it's about this person. Yes, they need help. So I'll just start Mac Miller's on. And it'll be people that I respond to personally, it won't just be because they want to pull on my heartstrings. It won't just be like people, light bodies or people that I didn't have a vested interest in. It'll be like DMX. So before he passed, and my mom loved DMX. Okay, so my mom liked rap, and maybe after this episode, I'll create a whole like a playlist of the rappers my mom loved and some of her favorite songs. Hopefully I put out the episode with Belle Khalees. Cardi B is one of my mom's favorite. Well, the last rapper that she really talked about and loved and listened to. But anyways, so before he died, I just was like, oh, I just want to listen to DMX. And I was like thinking about my mom, and I made a playlist, and I was listening to DMX, and I was like, oh my God, I want to watch Romeo Must Die. And I was just like, then I spit, and I was like, oh my God, I was having a Aaliyah moment. And I spit back. I was like, why am I hella feeling like DMX right now? Like feeling like that's all I want to listen to. Now, granted, of course, incredible music. I think I want to smoke some weed. Can you smoke on YouTube? Well, just kidding. It's not weed. It's my aromatherapy. It's my, just kidding. Yeah. So, damn, am I gonna do a reading? Yeah. So when he passed, and I'm off the grid, right? I'm not on Instagram or anything like that. And when I am on theirs, it was just literally because I'm telling someone I did a name reading for that that it was finished. And I'm like literally sending it to them, and I'm getting right off. So I can't even remember how I found out he died. Like, I don't know if I went over my cousin. I can't even remember. I think it was like I went over my cousin's house, and it was like, damn, that's fucked up. Seemed like I had just watched. So when I say off the grid, I mean like I'm not tapped into the news. I'm not really listening to the radio. I'm not on any social medias, but I do fuck with YouTube. And to the extent of I'm not looking at any channels that are reporting any news. It's damn sure not no gossip news or gossip channel. That's not even in my algorithm. So all the shit that's in my algorithm is light workers, old hip hop interview type shit where it's like interviewing Tupac and shit, and a lot of music and shit, mukbangs. So it's like not nothing like I'm off the grid. But I was like, I had just watched a Drink Champs. Was it Drink Champs with him on there? Something. Or maybe like he was gonna do a verses or something I had seen. And then that happened. And then after that, it was like and even more urgent, like I was feeling pulled even more, like, and the person, I wonder if I should say, yeah, the person is the same sign as DMX, you know. And maybe I should say this because maybe this pertains to someone else who, so the person is a Sagittarius. And matter of fact, I'll go ahead. This reading will be, who did I say so far? This will be for Sagittariuses. This will be for Geminis, and I'll think of who else I mentioned. I said Mac Miller. I'm not sure what sign Mac Miller is, but whatever Mac Miller sign is, I'll put it in there because I said Mac Miller. This will be for Leos too because I keep thinking of Whitney. So I'm feeling like it'll be for all fire signs because I don't know Mac Miller's sign, but no disrespect, I can just go with what they're telling me. I do know Ariana Grande's sign, and she's the Aries. So all fire signs, this will be for y'all. And Scorpio. And Capricorn. And Virgo. I think. And Taurus. And I think that's it. Damn. I did not think that that was going to be all of it. And Libra. Shit. So that, yeah. So I'll write down all of that. But yeah, and so they started pulling on me even more, and I started thinking that the person was dead. Like, and I was like, no, I can't think like that. It's just that they're just really pulling on me now. And then now all that will come up on my shuffle is DMX songs and Jay-Z songs and Nicki Minaj songs and any Sagittarius you can think of. And I'm just like, oh my gosh. Okay, I get it. You know? And that's how it works. And so they did stuff like this in the beginning where I'm freaking reading a recovery, like, and I want to say this too. My spirit guides, they funnier than a motherfucker. They be having me do shit and I think that they do that to me specifically because I'm a person, in order for me to get through hard times and stuff and just scary times, whatever it is, I have to laugh. Like, I have to, in order for me to just keep going. So they be doing shit to me that's literally hilarious. And it keeps me from being scared of the witchy woo. And also, it keeps me... Because if you do light work, it's not easy. You take a lot of... Like, right now, I'm having this Roscoe. And at first, when it would happen to me when I would channel all the time, it's COVID. I would be tripping. But it only happens to me when I'm getting ready to read. You know, it only happens to me then. But, yeah, they just keep me going. You take a lot of hits when you do this work because you're healing people, you know. And the awesome thing is we try, right? Everybody has free will. We still try. So even if this doesn't hit my target, I know that this is going to hit somebody, and I'm praying for whoever is dealing with addiction, whether it be drugs, whether it be sex, whether it be people, whether it be food, whether it be disrespecting yourself or bad self-talk. There's many different ways you can be addicted to a behavior or Lord have mercy, a behavior or a way of being, a way of life, you know, that needs to change, that you need to ascend from. And I want to keep having these conversations about addiction because it is something that runs in my family, and I was extremely affected by, you know, but I'm sure if I haven't talked about that, I will talk about that in the future. But anyways, so one of the ways that I channel is by doing these opening meditations that come from a recovery, this one of the recovery books. So I just flip through, child. I don't do nothing crazy. I just like flip, and then I read it, and then I think about it, and I get started. So let's do that now. Actually, because I did a lot of talking about somebody else. I want to just clear that out. And sometimes I do stuff a little. Yeah, I just want to just let that. And I have some lavender and some white sage over here. I'm doing this thing. So yeah. Let's see. All light codes, no lack codes. Let's go. Let's see. All right. So I'm going to read out the day because this is a daily one. So because I kind of like go to where I'm guided, it's in May. So what is May? May is Taurus. So I think I did call out Tauruses. What else is May? What's right before Taurus? And what's right after Taurus? April, May. So maybe Aries. Maybe Cancers. Okay. Bad moments, like good ones, tend to be grouped together. Rough times may be pouring in on us at the moment, and they may seem unending. Difficulties appear to attract more difficulties. Problems with loved ones, problems at work, problems with our appearance. A negative attitude, something we all struggle with at times, some of us more than others, is the culprit. Ooh, I was just talking about negative, keeping your vibe high. When the good times come, as they always do, they're accompanied by a positive attitude. We do find what we look for. Our attitude is crucial. It determines our experiences. A trying situation can be tolerated with relative ease when we have a positive, trusting attitude. We forget generally that we have an inner source of strength to meet every situation. We forget the simple truth, all is well at this moment and at every moment. When the moments feel good, our presence is light and cheery. When the moments are heavy, so are we. I can turn my day around. I can turn the flavor of today's experiences. I can lift my spirits and know all is well. Ooh, and so this is on May 11th. So that's 5/11. Yeah, that's talking about freeing your mind. Change in partnership, change in thoughts. Okay. That was really, really good. I should have kept it open on that May 11th. May 11th.